So the student that I am choosing to do is the student Ali. So how would I communicate to his parents, and how would I solicit their support in order for him to do his homework? So thinking back from my English 401 class and my EDI class, I would try and have a parent-teacher conference and sit down with them, or maybe even go to their house and sit down with them or meet them in a neutral location and just have a talk with them about how important it is for him to be successful in school by doing his homework. I'd also maybe try to have my principal back me up on this, maybe even come with me, and maybe even an ESL teacher if his parents aren't understanding me completely. I'd also try to be culturally responsive, so I would try to ensure that I would create an affirming environment and an inclusive environment. And I'll try to teach Ali in his homework and his parents how to solve real world problems, and I would try to use culturally sustaining pedagogies and culturally responsive teaching, and I would try to use students' perspectives and experiences as well as his parents to ensure their support on homework and how important it is, and just how important education in the school system is. I'd also try to understand his and his family's values and traditions, because like we were learning from our book, I think it's The Foreign to Familiar and The Circuit, how important it is to have students' backgrounds and cultures into your classroom and lessons. And I feel like if I, as the teacher, was to show interest, and not only in his cultural background, but also his personal education, I feel like that sets up a good relationship and a good foundation for me and the student and his parents and me. I'd also try to modify lessons, so if he missed the library and couldn't go, I would maybe try to find an alternative solution. So maybe I would have him sign up to go with somebody else from his class. Maybe they could take him. Maybe it could be a group field trip and we all go, maybe during class or after class. Maybe even having him walk there or ride his bike there. Or even maybe if his parents are comfortable with me taking him to the library, just learning about that experience and getting some books. Just because I feel like there's always different ways and solutions to come up with something that will benefit your student and their families. I think Professor Masco was saying last week or this week how she used to look at education as just education and the student. She didn't look at the whole picture, and I feel like as a teacher that we should always look at the full picture and what we can do to help the student, and not what the student's life is, if that makes sense. Like I don't know how to explain it. That we kind of like incorporate their experiences and their backgrounds and respect their cultures and try to understand their parents' beliefs and their beliefs as the student, and not try to be biased and have these pre-assumptions. Also, maybe if you could modify the assignment, so if he misses the librarian interview and his parents don't see how homework is beneficial, or if they're just not fully supporting this, then you could modify it and have him do maybe a research paper, or maybe interview somebody else and about maybe why school is important, or why a librarian is important. Just trying to think about the overview of the background of knowledge maybe the student has too, and just trying to be culturally relevating and responsive to your student and to the student Ali.